Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to the All About Favorite channel. I'm your host, Pastor KZ. Y'all looking at me crazy today, right? But you know what? Since it's coming up to Christmas week, I figured the two teams that colors are red actually won yesterday. So you know what? You win. I rep Houston Texans. I said if you do a come from behind win or a complete blowout or you're leading your division, I will pick that team to rep. Houston Texans, y'all almost had me worried, but you pulled it through in overtime, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did win their game. Baker Mayfield, I give you your props yesterday. You had a good game. Y'all, let's move on. Don't forget at the end of the video, comment, like, and share, and hit the notification bell. I will notify you each time I upload a new video. Now, all this week is going to be food for thought for the men. Well, about 3-4 days, because I am going to revisit this on next year. Now, men, I got some smoking emails from y'all last night. And you know what, ladies, I will say this consistently. The men write emails a whole lot more than you. And the men are very, very thorough in what they're saying and what they want. And some of them actually agreed with the show yesterday. And guess what I deciphered? Those were your grown men, for real, for real. Y'all, food for thought week. Let's get into it. Men, some of you, y'all talk too much. Wait a minute. Auntie KZ, I thought you said that about the women last week. Yeah, I'm saying that about some of you men. Some of you men, y'all talk too much. You know what? Some men talk just as much as women. Some men gossip just as much as women. Y'all ever been to a barbershop? You ever watch men at a family cookout, how they gather up together, especially them that's drinking? Boy, the things that they talk about, and mostly they talking about us. They may start off talking about the football game, the basketball game, or some of the players, but somehow or another, Aunt Shirley walked by, Miss Alice walked by, Cousin Mary walked by. They gonna eventually turn the conversation about women. So men, yeah, some of you talk too much, just like I told the women. You are guilty of the same things. Now, some of you men, you too need to shut up and listen. Because you know what? If you be quiet sometime or decide that I'm not going to argue and carry on with this woman, shut up. You'll realize just how much peace you're going to have. Yeah, sometimes you need to be quiet just to keep the peace. Now, men, a lot of times when y'all are complaining about your wife or your woman or your girlfriend, she talking too much, she always complaining all the time, yapping and nagging about something. Could it be because you don't get it? Could it be because you're like a child or a dog or a cat that needs constantly reminding to take the trash out? You a grown man and your wife or your woman got to constantly remind you, you know the light bill due today. You do know that, Joe, right? Joe, you and her been together 30 years. You don't know what the due date is on the bill? See, these are the type of things that irritate women that you do, men, to no end. Babe, you know, I need some gas in the car. That's your husband and he don't top off your tank every week. You got to remind him. Babe, you said you was going to give me some money to get my hair done and my nails done Friday. And you sitting there like a knot on the law. I don't know how much money I'm going to have to put towards that. You're around here complaining about the light bill and the rent or the mortgage to do. What kind of man are you? Again, where are the real men? Where are you? Because some of these responses that you giving these women, that's why they nagging you. That's why they complaining all the time. You a married man and you disrespecting your home, coming home 3-4 o'clock in the morning and you're not working. Where they accept that at? And you wonder your wife standing there to the door and done blew up your phone calling you because so much goes on out there. A man ain't safe for a boy when he leave the house. You got all kind of different things could happen to you while you going to work. You think automatically because you go to work and it's expected that you come home. When the woman is calling you or texting you, it's because you out of order some kind of way. She have not heard from you all day. And you then when she hears from you, well, you know, I was tired. I went to sleep or this, that, and the other. That's a poor excuse, man. That's a poor excuse because you let that woman not pick up that phone when you call her. Let her take too long responding to your text and watch how you act. Men, you are out of order. I know at some time during a day, even on an 8-hour work shift, 10-hour work shift, 12-hour days, those of you who work 12-hour days, at some point you get a lunch break. At some point you get a break. At some point you go to the bathroom, you eat lunch. You telling me a 3-minute phone call is just way too much for you to do? No, what you're showing me is you're not putting forth the effort and you're taking that woman for granted. Men, you need to do better. You're talking about these women complaining and arguing and she just not giving me my space. She not giving you your space and you're in a committed relationship with her and she haven't heard from you for 2 days. It's something wrong with you, men. I am telling you, if you're not in the hospital or you're not ill or something where you cannot pick up the phone, that's just inconsiderate on so many levels and it's foul. I'm just saying, this is just my thoughts and opinions. I am not an expert or a guru, but I know how that feels when you're trying to connect with someone or be in a relationship with someone and the communication is not there. And I'm going to say this, men, if you have a problem with communicating, such as calling or texting or going to see this woman, I'm not talking about married men. I'm talking about men who are dating women or in a relationship, one-on-one relationship with the woman. It's something wrong with you. If you feel like you that busy, perhaps you need to let that woman go so she can move on and find her somebody else who will put forth an effort and prioritize her. I'm just saying. So, man, you complain about women arguing and stuff. Boy, bye with all of that. You know what? Some of you saying when a woman just talking, she just talk to hear herself talk. No, she's talking because she don't feel heard. Sometimes, men, you make your woman or your wife feel like what she is saying is not important to you. And some of you act surprised when that woman leave you. I don't know why she left. You over there telling your mama this now and your daddy. I don't know. I did everything. I don't know what made her leave. Stop your lying. Stop your lying. Because at some point, that woman done pointed something out to you that she didn't like. She has said something to you at some point that you dismissed. And she kept telling you until one day she got tired. She got fed up. And she just zipped it and stopped talking. Know why? Because the woman thought in her mind, I can show this fool better than I can tell him. Because obviously he don't give a darn about what I'm saying. So I'm going to have to show him I'm tired, I mean what I say, and I'm done here. Raise your hand if that's your story while you're watching this video. Share it with some of your homegirls. Share it with some of your homeboys, men. Because some of your homeboys sitting up in the barbershop or under the tree telling the other dudes, man, I don't know what's wrong with her. She just fuss all the time and arguing, pick arguments for no reason. She better be glad I do come home when I come home. At least I am giving her something on the bills. Wow, do you hear you? And you're somebody in the circle of homeboys with you, hear you. And he thinking in his mind, dang, she was a good one. I'm going to go holler at her. Because you know what? No matter what you all say, men, one of your homeboys, one of your brothers, some man in the circle, grown for real. And he know you ain't worth your salt. He know you ain't worth 10 cents. But he loved you because y'all was riding together since y'all was 5. You know, y'all, yeah, that's your brother. That's your blood brother. Or that's your frat brother. And they gonna ride with you. But they know in their heart, man, this him boy, he ain't got it right. He ain't got it right. That's a good woman, man, you got. And you messing up on her. Don't be mad when she leave and you go and telling people you don't know why she leave. It's because you're not listening to her. Effective communication involves not only talking, but the ability to listen and comprehend and problem solve together. When a woman is telling you something, she's just not nagging. She's telling you because she loves you and she wants this relationship to work out. You see it as nagging, so what do? Tune her out. So then when you come home one day and all her clothes is out the closet and she's gone, now you all upset and you don't know why. Or what about you men who do this? Your woman have repeatedly told you now that she's not happy. Not once have you asked her, babe, what can I do? What can I do to bring myself in correction? I want to work on this. I want to fix this. And you are so right. I'm out of order. No, you know what some of you men do? Oh, so you telling me, you telling me what you trying to say? Oh, I can't be with my wife. Oh, you don't want to be my wife no more? Boy, that is not what she's saying. There's an issue, something going on with her. Do you not listen to what she's saying? And this is not the first time you've heard that. This is not the first time she's given you a pillow and your cover and told you to go and get on the sofa or go and get in the spare bedroom. It's not the first time you slept in your man cave. Or it's not the first time she got out the bed with you and went and got in the spare bedroom. Because it's something you have done that have made this woman don't even want to be with you in an intimate way. Because there is no intimacy. She don't feel close to you. And she feels the only reason you want to touch her, the only days or the only times at night you're nice to her. You might muscle up enough energy to go and get her some flowers and bring to her. The only reason you do that is because you know what? You want something. And then when you don't get it, the person who you've been, the man that she's been complaining to you about, the behavior you're doing, you exhibit that. Now you all mad. Men, y'all need to do better. You just need to stop with you're not being accountable and you're lying. You are lying and you're trying to blame these women for your own shortcomings. When a woman comes to you and specifically tells you it's something you're doing that is making her feel bad, you hurt her feeling, and you don't try to address that and bring yourself into correction, there's something wrong with you, man. You know what? These women want to be heard, and they're not talking just to hear themselves talk. The most dangerous woman, I'm going to give y'all a secret here, man. The most dangerous woman is a woman who don't talk. She's not arguing anymore. She's not trying to fix it anymore. She's not trying to write you a little letter and say, babe, there's some things we need to talk about. Now, these are the things that have hurting me. When she stopped talking, you're in trouble because guess what? You've lost her. And some of you men, like I said yesterday, you have good women. You have good wives, but they sick of you. They sick of you. And you know what? Don't try on the end like you in the fourth quarter of a football game or a basketball game and you at the 2-minute warning. Don't try to come in there and swoop in there and buy her some jewelry, some perfume, a couple of Birkin bags or what have you, some Christian Louboutin shoes and think that's going to fix it. Because you still that same irresponsible, mean, broken man that she been telling you about. You still don't know how to talk to her. You still don't listen to her. You still don't know how to hold her in the days that she needs holding. You know what I've heard some women say? The day their mama died, their husband or their boyfriends had the nerve to say, well, what's wrong with you today? I don't understand that man, because if you really truly love a woman and you connected to that woman, there's just certain things she shouldn't have to ask for. A woman should not have to ask you to hold her. A woman should not have to ask you, just come and sit with me. I'm just saying, I don't know what y'all think about it. You know what? Let me be very clear on something. And I'm going to tell you a truth, man. Your bad behavior, or when you out misbehaving, or you don't know how to talk to a woman and you don't know how to treat her, that trickles down to your sons. When your sons see how you act around their mother, they begin to think it's okay to treat little girls like that. And then they grow up being the same type of man you are. Or at best, that little boy grows up not liking you. And he don't want to have nothing to do with you for the simple fact you hurt his mother. Men, you have been misbehaving. And yes, a lot of you, not all, please don't overgeneralize this, because when I speak, I am not speaking everybody. I am saying some of you men, just like some women, you're out of order. Y'all living in a fantasy world y'all self. Y'all walking around here looking at all of these things on social media and you think that's the real world. Y'all, everybody is not going to be a millionaire and a billionaire. Okay, men, every man that says he's going to have a rap career, if you haven't got your rap career off the ground and you already 55, you might as well go get you a real job. Some of you men out there don't even have life insurance. You don't even have a job with health insurance benefits. And you walking around here trying to be a baller and a boss, and basic things that most people, most real grown men take care of, you haven't. It's a shame when you see some of these quote unquote fake ballers in the community with all of the chains and the big cars and all of that. And then something happened to them and they leave this earth and they family got a GoFundMe to help put you in the ground. It's something wrong with you. It's something wrong with that mindset. It's something wrong when your car costs more than the place you live. I'm just saying, men, you do not value these women. You do not know a woman's worth until she's gone. Then you realize what you had, but now it's too late. She's no longer in love with you, man. When a woman falls out of love with you, she's basically done. It doesn't mean she doesn't have love for you, because some of you men, you're the fathers to their children, and they're not going to talk bad about you to your sons and daughters. Some will, but there's a lot of women won't. They won't throw you under the bus when they come into them, asking them, well, mama, where daddy? Why daddy left? And then those same little girls and little boys grow up to be adults with these daddy issues. Men, I am saying, you want to be in leadership positions in a relationship. You want these women to, I want a submissive woman. If I hear that one more time from a man, I'm going to just scream. Black women don't know how to submit. That's why I go get other cultured women. They know how to shut their mouth and submit. No, what they know how to do is play along to get along. And then once you get them and they move all of their family in the house, I ain't going to call no name. Once they move all their family in the house and you footing the bill for them, now all of a sudden you don't want to deal with that. When you've had a good woman that you threw away, because all she asked you to do was go to work, come home at a respectable time, spend some time with her and the children, help keep the house rolling. And you can't even do that. It's not that you can't, you refuse to do it. But you'll go and do it for some other woman. You'll go out and wine and dine one and do all of these things and mess up your good thing. Guess what? I'm going to just say this. The women that you out here trying to cheat with, they're not looking for you to leave your situation, boy. She don't want to, she know you ain't no good because you cheating with her. She don't want you for no relationship. She already know your flaws. She already know, man, he already got 3 kids with his wife, and he got 2 more from 2 other women prior to his wife. What he gonna do for me? That little change he doing, I'm just having a little fun. That's how she looking at you. She not looking at you for a potential husband. Speaking of husbands, some of you husbands, you are out of order. You're not worth anything. You ain't worth 2 quarters. I said it. And I stand by it. Some of you men who are husbands, you're not worth 2 quarters. You don't provide for the family. Your wife working 2 jobs because she knows on any given month you might not have the whole rent money. You might not have the mortgage payment. She knows I better work 2 jobs for me and our children because daddy may or may not come up with the money. And I'm definitely not going to have my children outdoors. Some of you husbands out there spending your money on sneakers, spending your money on video games and your gaming equipment and all of this, and your light's about to get cut off. The water bill is due. The cable bill is due. Car insurance is due. Are you thinking about that? No, you're just thinking about going, flossing and bossing up and bluffing around so your homeboys can see, oh man, when you got them, I'm going to get that. That's how your mind is. Or you want to walk around, your car all shined up, and you barely can put together $100. I don't understand you as husbands. You want women to be submitting to you and honoring you and respecting you when you're not doing things that a woman wants to respect a man for. I'm going to just give y'all a little hint here about women. And I'm talking about grown women. I'm not talking about these little girls running around here. I'm talking about grown women who've been grown for a long time. And I must throw myself in this. We don't have respect for men who can't be men. We don't have respect for you men when you out of order and you can't take care of your home. We don't have respect for men who can't provide for their children. I'm sorry, but you get a 0. You just a big 0. If you are not sick and disabled and you are able to work a full-time job, you need to be providing for your children. You need to be the man. Step up and be the man. Especially if you're a married man and you're walking around here watching your wife go to 2 jobs. It's something wrong with you. It's something wrong with you, man. Yes, I agree. Sometimes it takes 2 incomes, with you working and the wife working. I get that. But what I don't get is when you as a man choose to let your wife go and work a second job while you lay up home after you get off and play games all day, watch TV all day, or you riding around and hanging out with your friends. And one thing, if you let your wife look raggedy, it's something wrong with you. Okay, I hear you. Some of you women saying, well, if she looking raggedy, that's on her. All of these hair stores out there, wigs, that's on her. She should want to look good for herself. You are correct in that. But you can tell a lot about the man a woman have by the way she look. Because if she is not taking care of her appearance, and one of the biggest markets out there and the biggest things is the hair stores and the beauty salons and the nail salons. Women gonna do them 3 things. But when a woman is hurt and broken and depressed, watch how her appearance go down. Watch how her appearance go down. Because it's something a man done to break her, and she going through a season right now where it's like, I just can't get over how this man has done me. I loved him so much. I've been crying all night. I begged him to come home and all of this, and just look at her. She's broken. Especially when you see a woman who you used to, she be on and popping every time you see her, and you look, and the first thing another real woman gonna say, or a woman from the village gonna say, something done broke this girl. Something going on with her. We need to reel her in and talk to her. We need to embrace her. We need to show her some love, because right now she going through a season. Men, y'all need to do better. A woman feels hurt when you are over talking her and not listening to her. A woman feels hurt when you get mad and go off on her every time she try to present something she's experiencing to you. Some men, you are so defensive because some of you know you ain't worth nothing. Some of you know you're not doing what a man's supposed to do, and you hate the fact that a woman is telling you that. Not to mention, some of you men just don't want to listen to a woman anyway, because what you think of a woman is she's supposed to sit silently, keep mute, and put up with your nonsense and get on your program that you are doing this crazy stuff. And this woman's supposed to conform to how you want things to be, and you have no idea of compromise, commitment, and communication. But yet you want this woman to go along with what you're doing. A real woman is not going to put up with your nonsense. At some point, she's going to get sick of you. All right, brothers, y'all sitting around saying, well, there's some men that it's okay to have multiple women and multiple wives. You ain't in that culture, boy. Don't try to quote the Bible on me. Solomon had plenty wives. David had plenty. That's not you. You stood there and told that preacher or that justice of the peace, or when you went down to the clerk of the circuit court and got married, you said you would cleave only to her. Okay, so don't try to tell me what men of other cultures and other ethnicities, they got multiple wives. They got 2, 3 wives. And the men in the Nation of Islam, they can marry multiple women. Well, you need to know the rules to that, because it does stipulate in there. If you're going to take on the second wife, she's got to live in the same type of good house as the first one. You got to be able to take care of both houses. And most of the time, them women don't work. Can you do that? Can you pay the mortgage Because, see, some of those people of other ethnicities don't believe in renting, okay? They own where they live. Got it? They ain't in a whole bunch of debt. Y'all need to wake up, men, and get real. And stop wanting and expecting these women to put up with your nonsense and not say anything just because they're not going to go along with your program. You know what, y'all? Men, you need to stop giving each other this bad advice. A lot of this stuff you saying, it is nonsense. You've got to learn how to effectively communicate with women, and that involves listening to women. Your listening skills need work. And a lot of you just lacking in certain areas, and you don't want to take correction. You know why? Because it forces you to admit that you are wrong. Married men, especially you married men, I'm going to do a whole series on you next year, because a lot of married women, they've been writing me and they sick of you. A lot of these women been married more than 2 or 3 years, more than 5, 6 years, more than 10, 20 years. And you know what? Their advice to the younger women in their village, those, especially those who've been married 20 plus years, they're telling their daughters, they're telling their nieces, they're telling their goddaughters, baby, don't do it. Not with that type of guy. Because you see what I'm going through, and I'm just stuck now. I'm in my 60s now, baby, and I'm stuck. But you know what? I will say this. Kudos to the women who telling their daughters this, who telling their granddaughters this, because they want them to have a better marriage than what they have. Men, grown men, for real, start telling these younger men. Start talking to each other as grown men, and let these boys know you out of order. Men, when y'all gonna stand up and take accountability and responsibility? You older guys, y'all responsible for the village, and y'all are co-signing some of this nonsense these little boys doing. And I say little boys, and you can be 30 and still be a little boy. Okay, you can be in your 40s and still act like you a little boy. You running around here like everything is a joke, and you only want to be in a relationship or married just in name only, or you just want the benefits that come with it. Y'all do better. Get yourself focused, man, because some of you've been out of order a long time. Now do better. Coming up to this new year, purposing your spirit to be a better man than you leaving out this year. Own up to your mistakes. Own up to your faults, and generally humble yourself and really go talk to your wife. Talk to your woman on the real tip and genuinely look her in the eye and say, I am sorry. I apologize. I know some of my behavior is not right. Please forgive me. Some of you men miss that part because some of you men can't admit when you're wrong and apologize. That's out the door. Because your idea of an apology is, well, if you say I hurt your feeling, well, I'm sorry, my bad. That's not a genuine apology. Do better. Have a good day. I'll see y'all tomorrow.